What's up? My name's Samuel Leeds. I do a Q&A Sunday, and what's going to be happening right now, you're in luck by the way, because I'm going to be answering questions from last week's Q&A Sunday, which is cool, but the reason you're in luck is because if you ask a question right now in the comments below, next Sunday I will be doing my best to answer as many questions as I can from you right now commenting. So if you've got a niggling, burning question around property investment, tax, mortgages, the economy, making money, comment below. So let's see what we had last week. The questions, I've never done a Q&A Sunday video where I'm looking through the questions thinking these questions suck. Like, you guys are just on it, and your questions, I can tell that you're a smart following because of your awesome questions. So let's see what we've got. Lewis, Clark, Joel, Berry, Craig. All right, let's take some of these. What does Craig say? Craig Ackerman. He says, "Hi Samuel, since watching your videos and attending the crash course last year, I've been buying properties using the BRRR strategy." Boom! Good job, man. I'm glad you came to the crash course. "And I'll be shortly completing on my 4th property purchase. When refinancing, I use interest-only mortgages to maximize cash flow and leverage as I'm looking to grow my portfolio." Smart. "At what stage in my property journey would you advise to consider switching them to a repayment mortgage? Or would you just wait until the latter end of my life and hope that the properties have greatly appreciated over time and potentially sell off some in order to then use the profits to clear the debt on the others? Keep up the great work." Craig, firstly, congratulations. Sounds like you've been doing it right. BRRR is buy, refurbish, refinance, pull your money back, and then you can keep buying lots of properties that way. To answer your question, would I stop paying down the mortgages? Personally, I probably wouldn't. Now, I can't advise you on what to do because what you do with your personal finances is obviously your decision. Myself, so for the first 10 years of investing in property, I was just interest only, interest only, interest only. And the reason for that is exactly as you've said, because if I'm paying down the mortgages, I'd rather, instead of using my money to pay off mortgages, I'd use that money to put down on more deposits, to then scale, leverage, grow a bigger portfolio, get more cash flow, benefit from more capital appreciation from more houses. So it just makes sense. And even like very, very wealthy people like Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone, like they use interest-only mortgages. They're not paying down their mortgages. They're still leveraging other people's money and the bank's money. So I think the answer to your question is, if you get to a point where you don't want to continue scaling, if you're at a point where you think, you know what, I don't want any more houses, I don't want to scale my wealth anymore, then fair enough, maybe stop paying down the mortgages. For me, in 2019, I did start paying off mortgages. I paid off so many mortgages, and I also started lending money, and I almost got a bit lazy and I thought, I'm happy now, I don't need more money. And it was actually Grant Cardone that called me out on this in a private one-on-one mentoring session, and he was just like, "Dude, are you over the hill now?" I was like, "I'm not over the hill." He was like, "Well, you're not scaling big anymore. Are you kind of slowing down?" I was thinking, he's in his 60s, I'm still in my 20s. Like, if he's still leveraging and scaling and growing, and I'm now thinking, I've got enough houses now, I'm gonna start being, maybe my mindset is wrong. Maybe I wanna be as wealthy as I can, not just for me, so I can have a lot of wealth, so I can impact more people. So for me, I'm more about interest only. And then at the end of the term, you can just sell off some of the houses and pay off some of the mortgages, or renew, or the world is your oyster. That's my personal plan. So I hope that helps. Thanks for your great question. Good to see you kicking ass. Come back to the crash course, Craig, and let's celebrate. Lewis Clark, love the content as usual. I'm 15. It's so good to have young people on the channel. I was wondering what I should do now. I've saved up £10,000 in my savings through my paper round. I live in Scotland, thanks. Lewis Clark, respect, man. I did the same thing. I didn't quite manage to save up £10,000, but while I was at school, I had several thousands of pounds. But dude, 10 grand from paper rounds. Whatever you do, you, my friend, are gonna be successful. Because to save up 10 grand from paper rounds, that means that your work ethic is friggin' through the roof. You know, so, and you respect money and you're prepared to work. So Lewis, I have no doubt that you are going to be very successful as long as you continue with the work ethic. Continue with the work ethic, but what you need to do now is you need to start working smart. If you made 10,000 from paper rounds, I don't know how many papers you have to push through doors just to make £20. Probably quite a lot. It's probably like a day's worth of pushing, you know, is a lot. So your work ethic is good. What I would say to you now, Lewis, is now you need to start working smart. You're 15 years old, you're still very, very young. I would be wanting to get hands-on experience in the property industry. I'd want to be saying, right, I want to go and work on a building site for 6 weeks. I want to go and hang out with some estate agents and understand the property market, interest rates. I would start now working smart, and also instead of working hard for money, which you do at the moment, which is great, start working hard for knowledge. You know, trading your time, not for money, but trading your time for knowledge and experience, because I've got real high hopes. And I hope to see you as well at Crash Course. We're actually coming, I don't know if it's sold out yet, but we're coming to Edinburgh soon to do a crash course. So get down to the website, get booked on. I'd love to meet you. Respect. Joel Berry. So I've seen the BRRR strategy is very successful. My question is, what mortgage would you get or loan? Would it be a bridge loan or a buy-to-let? As I know when you refinance it will have to be buy-to-let due to it being rented out. But what mortgage do you get at the start? Okay, so it's both. You're gonna start with bridge or cash. You need to buy the house for cash. Bridging finance is the same as cash. The seller will see it as cash because you're not getting a mortgage, you're just getting a loan, a short-term loan to buy the house. When you're a cash buyer, you get discounts. You can pay what you want because you're buying it cash. So you're gonna buy it cash or with a bridging loan, then you're gonna push the value up, you're gonna force the value up on the house, and then you're gonna refinance it on a standard buy-to-let mortgage. Depending on the property, if it's like a HMO, you might need a HMO mortgage. If it's just a standard buy-to-let mortgage, you're gonna refinance it, and then you're gonna pay off the bridging loan or pay yourself back the cash that you put down. And if you do it right, you put all of your money out, and then you just recycle, keep buying more houses and leveraging your money. So you can use the same amount of money over and over and over, and that's how you strategize it. Hope that helps, Joe. Thanks for your great question. What else do we have? Isaac Dizdevic. Cool, man. He sounds like a strong man, a strong man. He says, hi Samuel, apart from the deal itself, what are the most important things to have in check when working with a possible angel investor? Okay, so an angel investor means someone that's gonna finance your deal. So an individual or an investor that's gonna say, hey, look, the deal's good, I'll back it. So Isaac, you've said that apart from the deal itself, I'm glad you said that because the deal itself is the most important part. Okay, so if you want to get an angel investor, I would say get a good deal. You got to have confidence. If you have confidence, if you're like, look, this is the deal, it's good, and I'm good, that's really important. And then thirdly, I would say maybe get some third-party credibility checks on it. So if you've got a good deal and you're confident, maybe get a management company to say, yes, it's good. Maybe get, if you need a refurb, just show the builder quote. So you've got third party, maybe a third party investor to look over the deal and to confirm it's good. Then you can go to your angel investor and say, hey, here's the deal. Also, be really specific in what you want. Don't just say, here's the deal, what do you think? What do you want to do? No, here's the deal, and here is my proposal. Bang, bang, bang. Don't pressure the angel investor. You want to say, now look, there's a lot of people I could go to, and I want to put this out to you first. If it works for you, awesome. If it doesn't work for you, awesome. So you're not trying to pressure them. Be confident, make sure the deal's good, have third-party, credible, reputable people backing up the deal, and then make an offer. That's what I'll say. Good luck, my friend. If it comes off, let me know. I want to hear the story. Okay, SM says, hi Samuel, could you do an interview with Jim Haliburton? That would be really interesting. I know Jim. I've actually, I've met Jim a few times. Listen, if you want me to do an interview with anybody, a lot of people say to me, Samuel, can you interview Graham Stephan? Can you interview Jim Haliburton? Can you interview this, that, the other YouTuber, star, property investor, business person? Here's what you need to do. Tell them. Just tell them. If you want me to interview Jim Haliburton, tell him. Just go, I'm sure he's got YouTube videos. Maybe he hasn't actually, but just email him. Go on his website and just say, can you please go on Samuel's YouTube channel? I will interview pretty much anybody. I don't care who they are, as long as they're gonna be giving value to my audience. I don't care if they've got a big following, a small following. I don't care if they're an expert or a failure. I don't care. All I care about is that they'll be giving value and good content to my followers. So if you want them on my channel, just tell them. Start like spamming the heck out of them, saying, get on Samuel's YouTube channel. And I'll have Jim on. Jim's cool, I know Jim. Jim's a cool guy. Tell him. And if he wants to come on my channel, he can ask me and then I'll book him on. Respect. Okay, Beth Gills. Hi Samuel, I found a number of rent-to-rent HMOs and landlords are very keen on the idea. But what do I need to ensure them I'm completely legit? Okay, Beth, you don't need to convince them you're legit. If you think, I need to convince them that I'm legit because they're not gonna think I'm legit, then they're not gonna think you're legit, and then you're gonna need to convince them to be legit. But if you are legit, just act legit, just be normal. Don't even think about it. If I'm thinking, this person's gonna be thinking that I'm crazy, and you say to someone, by the way, I'm not crazy, what are they gonna think? They're gonna think, this dude's crazy because he just told me he's not crazy. It's like people that always, YouTubers that always say, I'm authentic. It's like, Just be authentic. Don't keep telling me how authentic you are, because then it makes me wonder if you're not authentic. And in the same way, if I'm doing business with landlords, I'm not gonna be saying, this is legit, by the way. You know, rent-to-rents are a real thing. I'm legit, you know. Just relax, just relax. You're legit. You don't have to try and persuade anyone that you're legit. Just offer a good deal. Offer the landlord a good deal. And then if the landlord says, it's a good deal, but are you legit? Then tell him your credentials, then tell him. But don't go in there thinking, I've got to persuade him that I'm legit. That's my advice, but I wish you all the best. Let me know how you get on. Okay, last one. Aaron Harrott says, I've been trying to find a good rent-to-rent or LOA, lease option agreement, property. I'm finding loads, which could be good deals, but the problem is getting hold of the landlord. Any advice on how to get hold of the landlord? All right, so you're finding loads, but you can't get hold of the landlord. Where are you finding loads? Are you just driving through the streets thinking, that would be a good house, and you want to get hold of the landlord? Are you going on Rightmove? Where are you finding them? Listen, if I see a house, I drive by a house and I think, that's a good house, you know, and I want to get in, I go on land registry, pay £3, and I'll get the details of the landlord, I'll get all the information that I need for £3. If I'm on Rightmove, you can find the address. Just zoom in and look at the door number. Or there are ways. On the crash course, we do it live. So if you haven't been to a crash course, get on the crash course. But generally speaking, for rent-to-rents and lease option agreements, I find them on places like Gumtree, on Spare Room, on Open Rent. The landlord's details are there. If someone's advertising their property to sell or to rent, they're advertising themselves. Their number will be on there. So if you're finding it on these websites, I could, within the space of 20 minutes, I could find over 100 contact details for direct landlords. And I just go straight to Gumtree and Spare Room and Open Rent. I could find the numbers. And then I could phone them up. Boom, 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 boom. And guess what? Probably about 10 of them would be like, no, I'm not interested. And then one of them would be like, okay, this could work. And then I'd jump on the phone or I'd do a viewing and then that one would fall through. And then I'd have to phone another 10, I'd get another 10 rejections. And then I'd get another one, they'll be interested and then I'd get a deal. So skill combined with activity, combined with just pick up the phone. You know, so I don't know if that answered your question. I hope it did. My seminars are not seminars, okay? If you come to a property investors crash course or any of my training programs, it's a doing-nar. So Aaron, get down, we'll do it. In fact, I'm gonna put a link in the description to the property investors crash course. Sometimes people say, Samuel, the crash course is too far. It's so far. People come from Australia. So don't be stopped at the very first hurdle, because if you're stopped by a 3-hour car journey, oh man, you'll be also stopped by those 10 rejections that you get. You'll be like, I called 3 people and they said, no, this doesn't work. And then you'll probably start trolling my YouTube. It doesn't work, it doesn't work. Just put in the activity, man. Like, you've got the content, you've got the information, put in the activity, get in the right environment. I love seeing you guys succeed. I know that's why you're here, that's why you're on my channel. So listen, let me ask you a favor. If you enjoy my YouTube videos, if they're helpful, please do smash the like button. Also subscribe, turn the notifications on. If you want me to answer your question, comment below and I will be doing a video next week on Sunday at 7 p.m. and I'll be answering your questions, as many as I possibly can. Thanks so much for watching. Also the crash course, if you want to book on the crash course, I'll leave a link. Did you see that happen? Do you know why that's there? Because you need to click it, you need to book on it. Right now, go ahead. I hope to see you there. God bless, peace out.